dive deep into whatever it is we find interesting. I'm your host, Calvin, and joining me from Asgard, it's your co-host, Nick Richardson.
It's really colorful here. You should join me.
Are you on the Bifrost? You're coming back to Midgard so we can record this podcast, because we don't get reception on Asgard.
Right. It's pretty terrible.
We're back. Took a week off last week, but there was some great bonus content out there for it. I hope some of you listened to it. I'm sure some of you probably got annoyed with it because it literally came every single day. But we had a lot of bonus content, and we wanted to get it out to you, so might as well just do it all at one time. So there you go.
Enjoy it. It's a good binge.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of really weird movies that we reviewed, and a lot of normal TV shows.
Well, some spectacular ones.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean normal as in quality. I meant normal from the perception of would someone actually watch this, as opposed to the movies that we reviewed. For most of them, you would say no one would ever watch this.
But we did, and we told people all about it, so you don't have to.
There were like, out of the, what do we do, like 10 movies? I think there were probably 3 that I was like, yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, that's generous. There were some really bad ones. But
I mean, nothing tops A Force of One.
Force
Chuck
of One.
Norris, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I forgot about
What
that
was
movie.
the one that we did? See, this is all stuff you can learn if you go back and listen to all those bonus episodes. But what was the one we did about the guy in the 70s that was like running away? Jerry Stiller was his father-in-law or brother-in-law or somebody like that. And he was running away and he hid in the bathhouse in New York City.
Yes, dude. That was...
Yeah.
And the guy talked like this.
The guy that looked like Dean Pelton was in it. There was a lot of stuff going on in that one.
That was a horrendous movie for multiple reasons.
It was not good.
It was very dated.
It's very funny coming from our perspective on it, of like, we have to watch this, and so we're just gonna make fun of it. But it's not a good movie, whatever it was called.
It was made to be made fun of. I don't remember what it was called either, but I remember.
No.
I distinctly remember that guy that talked like that.
Yeah.
The cop.
And who can forget Alex Rider? You know, the super spy number one.
Oh my God. The super psych number one, fucking Ewan McGregor in the beginning of that shit. And then he just, spoilers, dies within the first 5 minutes.
He had to go shoot a Star Wars movie. I don't blame him. Or salmon fishing in Yemen. That's probably what he was off to shoot at that point.
That was one of the better ones.
That was one. That was a solid watch.
It only had, for instance, one terrible scene that made me want to jump off a cliff, where he fucking hooked an assassin's cheek with a fishing rod from like 40 yards away to save.
Kobe'd that dude though, like, with that fly fish.
Dude, right? It was funny as fuck. That made the whole movie worth it, but it had a great cast. Emily Blunt.
Absolutely. That is not what we're here to talk about today. Again, you can listen to all that on the bonus episodes that were released last week. We're here to give out movie superlatives. Finally, we're back. We're going to talk about some good movies and probably some bad movies. And we're giving out movie superlatives to superhero team-ups.
Yes, dude.
So what is a superhero team-up?
It's a team of at least 5 heroes.
Yeah, that was our qualifier. There's got to be 5 heroes working together towards a villain at some point in the movie. That's pretty much it. We're giving out 5 awards to 5 different movies. No repeatsies, no take-backsies, no switchsies. Straight through. And then at the end, we give the sucklatives, as always, which is the worst version of all these.
Hell yeah. Which, I mean, this was a little more difficult than I thought it would be, because when I started, reading through the categories for the first time, everything that came to mind was like Avengers.
Batman v Superman. Yeah, obviously.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, don't you talk shit about that.
Suicide Squad in there for all the awards, obviously.
It's my favorite movie ever. Jared Leto is my fucking hero.
Jared Leto's a good dude.
Listen to all his music. He's a boner. Fuck that guy.
So the awards...
He's gonna ruin Morbius.
See, I think he could pull off Morbius, because Morbius is very weird and very stalkery. And, if anything is up Jared Leto's alley, it's very weird and very stalkery. Did you see Blade Runner 2049?
He was good in
That's
that.
literally all he is.
Yes.
He's weird and stalkery.
That sums it up. He was pretty good in, God, I don't remember that. But anyways, if he tries, this will ruin it for me, is if he tries to do an accent and doesn't like genuinely work on it.
Yeah, I would just
I know he kind of
forego
touts
the
himself
accent.
as a method
Even
actor.
like the accent that they
Yeah.
used in the animated series for Morbius was like not good at all. So like
No, it's fucking terrible.
let's just make him American and that's fine. He can get maybe like the Christian Bale Batman growl. He can maybe pull that off. So the awards we're giving out today, Jared Leto will hopefully win none of them, but we'll see. Maybe he'll win some Superlatives, probably. We're giving out most powerful team, the best synergy. That's the team that fits together, works together the best. The best rivalry within a team. So team members in these superhero team ups, you always have these this infighting, and so we're gonna try and find the best version of that. The best combo move, where two or more characters perform a takedown of some sort, and the best quote unquote getting the team together. Every superhero team up, at some point, you have to get the team together. Here's a caveat that I probably should have asked before we did the outline and everything and picked all our winners. Do Fast and Furious movies count as superhero movies?
Goddamn
because
right.
all 5 of my awards went to Fast and Furious movies, so I'm just gonna put that out there now.
Most of mine also went to a Vin Diesel movie called The Chronicles of Riddick, Pitch Black, and Riddick.
Damn.
I'm out here.
All right. Fast and Furious movies do not count. To be a superhero movie, I mean Riddick could because he's got like some sort of supernatural superhero power. Fast and Furious though, no, does not count because other than The Rock flexing through his cast, nobody has legitimate superpowers in those movies.
I mean, they've defied gravity multiple times, Calvin. We've seen it with our
cars
own eyes.
have. So that's more of a
They're
it's more of a
cars.
Transformers movie than a straight out superhero movie.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there is a lot of eye candy and explosions.
If you do want more Fast and the Furious talk, we did a whole set of Fast and the Furious movie superlatives probably like 20 years ago, because time has no meaning anymore. And it was before whatever the last one that came out was, Hobbs and Shaw. Right before that, we did one of those. So, I don't know, August of last year, I think.
Man, that was...
We're in the Jeremy Bearimy
like
now, and it doesn't matter.
2020 can eat shit.
All right,
2020.
Let's get out some awards. I'm ready.
I'm ready, Eddie.
Most powerful team, Nick. Who you got?
Most powerful team. This one was too easy. Avengers Endgame team. Endgame, obviously, at the very
That's
end.
Fair.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and list just the general units that were there.
I want every single hero there.
I will do this, Calvin. I hope you got time. But the main ones: Iron Man, Cap, Thor, Hawkeye, Hulk, Falcon, War Machine, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, Wasp, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Nebula, Old Timeline Gamora, Drax, Rocket, Groot, Manus, Doctor Strange, Wong, my boy, Black Panther, Ayo, Okoye, Bucky, Valkyrie, and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and that's like
I don't know why
4% of the heroes that were there. You got all of Wakanda there.
That's just
who
the
all
big
have
timers.
Some vibranium powered weaponry or armor. You've got, I mean, in any other setting than Wakanda, it would. You show up to anywhere other than Wakanda with a vibranium suit of armor, you're taking down anyone.
I mean, maybe. Have you seen police these days?
Wakanda forever.
They have grenade launchers.
That's true. You also have all of the Sorcerer Supreme from the various sorcery areas that use Doctor Strange-like powers. What's her name? Rescue is there. Pepper Potts in the Iron Man armor.
That was so lame.
I was liked it.
Really not a big fan of it.
I like that suit. That suit is baller.
That suit is baller.
The blue and gold suit.
Paltrow.
No, I'm not a fan of Gwyneth, but I'm okay with it.
I mean, the suit's tight.
And she had Pepper Potts has to be there when Tony dies. Like, she can't just not be there. So they had to work her into that scene somehow, and giving her a suit is pretty much the only way you can do that. Pepper Potts can't just be there and be safe the whole time as a mortal.
Well, obviously, but
of course she still should have the Extremis powers from Iron Man 3, but I guess we just forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll retcon that, but at the same time, like, that would make more sense if it was still like viable, I guess, if it still was kind of canon. I mean, I guess it still is, but like you said, it's kind of fallen by the wayside. At the same time, she's been like gone. Like she's just, you don't really see Pepper Potts all that much, so it's just really weird for me how she became super big in like a final battle when her name is Rescue. She didn't really do a lot of rescuing.
She
was like
rescued the whole world, Nick. Without her, the rest of the heroes would have had to do a lot more work. Or some more work. I agree. That's a good pick. That's a very large team. So when I was looking at these, I wasn't looking at teams that big.
Yeah, I mean 5+.
But you're exactly right.
5+.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely 5+. You got me there. It's like 1,000. I like the pick though. It's a good pick. But I think my team could still stand up to that whole squad. I think my team could still they could hang with them. I don't know if they're winning, but they could hang for a little bit. They could hang better than Thanos did. And that's the Justice League from Justice League. And this is the only award that the Justice League actually qualifies for. And is the only one they should qualify for, because the culmination of the Justice League Pile of Trash expanded universe is every bit the dumpster fire that it should have been, considering all the other movies in that franchise. But you can't argue that it's not a powerful team. Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, literally gods. Batman is Batman. Flash is the fastest man alive. You know, he's still getting used to it a little bit, but he's still the fastest man alive. And Cyborg can do pretty much anything technologically that needs to be done. And he's got that badass arm cannon.
Honestly, I'm going to throw this out there. I personally think with Smart Hulk would take out everyone on that team in seconds except for Superman.
Yeah, and Superman by himself could probably handle a lot of that Avengers squad.
A lot, exactly.
And that's
so
just
if
the way
Hulk
it is.
Takes out the entire rest of that squad. I mean, there's several characters that could probably take out Superman, and he's been shown on screen to die.
Yeah, by fucking, I forgot his name. What's that thing's name?
Doomsday.
Thank you.
Who is not a god, a scientific creation.
Yeah, but he's a kryptonite amalgam of General Zod and kryptonite and rocks, apparently. I don't know. Clay. They made him look more like Clayface than anything else in that one. But I mean, he's got kryptonite infused within him. Where are the Avengers getting kryptonite? They don't even know it exists. They've never heard of kryptonite in the Avengers universe.
I mean, that's fair, but look at the place where they're fighting. It's pretty dark.
And I've got to argue, I think Wonder Woman, along with Superman, could give Smart Hulk a run for his money. And Thor.
I guarantee you Wonder Woman does one wrist clap.
Yeah, and boom, all the Sorcerer Supreme are gone, all the Wakandans are gone with the gauntlet clap.
Yeah, but Smart Hulk would notice that, and she would be stopped just like she was when Superman stopped her.
Maybe. We're not here to debate. We're not here to debate the Justice League versus literally hundreds of Marvel Universe heroes.
We're just saying that whole squad.
I understand.
Your words,
that,
bro.
But that's not the point of this. Is debate those two things. We did an episode on that too, Nick. We did it. It's back there. I don't know, superhero battle podcast about superhero battles or some shit like that. Go look for it. It's there. My point here is that this is a powerful team, and they could take on pretty much anyone with those 6 people that I named. 5 people that I named. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six people that I named. And none of the other teams, minus the hundreds of Avengers Endgame heroes, which weren't really even a team. They were like a bunch of people just working together for a common goal. But most of them didn't even talk to each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think they worked in conjunctive missions.
Now let's think about, you take Avengers from the Avengers in 2012 versus this Justice League team. I think the Justice League washes them. That team didn't want to work together at all. This team at least wanted to work together. Very bad movie, but you can't dispute that the Justice League is powerful.
I'm not disputing that, but most powerful.
Okay.
That was my disputing point.
Again, yours is a clash of 12 different teams. Mine was one single team.
Fair, but they have 3 gods on it.
Yours only has 1 god.
Yeah.
So boom.
Yeah. My god
Three gods
could
beats
kick
one god.
your god's
I guess Valkyrie
ass.
might be considered a god. Oof. I'm just fighting swear. Let's move past this. Let's go to best synergy. Let's bring the team together now. So the best synergy in my book belongs to The Incredibles from Incredibles 2.
Oh, that was my pick too, man.
From Incredibles 2 or Incredibles 1?
I have Incredibles 2
Yeah.
because I kind of think that I'm sure you would agree with me that Mr. Incredible, at having to take that backseat, they all kind of took a step forward and came together tighter as a unit in Jack Jack.
And they realized how to use Jack Jack as a weapon, and how to control him. They got Edna's help on that. Also, you throw Frozone in there. There's this kind of sixth ranger, if you will. You got a solid team. They grew up together as a family, so that kind of allows them to understand things about each other that no one else could hope to know. And that's kind of what synergy is all about. Is you have a intuition about what your teammates are going to do because you're so close to them. And a lot of these other teams, they don't have that. Like, they work good together because their power sets work well together, but they don't have that innate intuition towards each other.
Right. They're not Brady and Moss.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, the Incredibles, they work incredibly well together because each of their well-beings is more important to each of them than whatever else is going on. So they know at the end of the day, my family's got my back. Now, if, Iron Man and Thor are fighting against some alien, Iron Man doesn't know that Thor's got his back at the end of the day. Same with Thor. He doesn't know. Iron Man definitely doesn't have Thor's back at the end of the day. So, they're both kind of looking out for number one, whereas the Incredibles, they're a family. They're all, number one is the whole family in that situation.
Yeah, but that would make life so much more stressful. Like, if every fight I went into, it's like, fuck, that's my wife and my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I would be freaking out.
I don't give a shit about me anymore.
I couldn't do that shit.
I'm going full speed at this thing. And that
yeah,
dedication to one another allows them to help each other more so than other teams. The Avengers, they help each other all day long. But at the end of the day, Iron Man, he's still looking out for number one. Always.
Dude, 100%. I agree, 100%.
And you can't even throw Endgame at us because he's still looking out for number one in Endgame. It's just number one is now Morgan and not Tony. So he's not looking out for himself in that battle, but he is doing everything in that battle that's going to work out best for Morgan, not for himself.
Right. I mean, that's what a dad would do.
Right.
Should do, ideally.
It's just, in The Incredibles, that dad is there, and the rest of the team is all there, so in doing that, he has to, defeating the villain is the only thing that's going to help keep his family, and that's the same for all five.
Yeah, they got a lot at stake.
Also, I might be going out on a limb here, but Incredibles 2 is better than Incredibles 1.
I enjoyed it more, honestly.
I liked it. I thought it was a better movie. I like The Incredibles. It's really good and really fun to watch.
Love The
Incredibles 2 is perfect. They hit every beat that they need to. You see how Mr. Incredible reacts to Elastigirl kind of taking that spotlight, and you get that kind of Mr. Mom thing going on where he's trying to figure out how to run everything at home, which is always the Mr. Mom trope is always fun to watch.
And I think it helped a lot that we had a movie with them previously, so it was something where we had...
Yeah, if you come out with that in Incredibles 1 and you're like, oh, the dad has to stay at home, I don't think that's as funny, but who Mr. Incredible is at this point and how hard it is for him to do this, so it makes more sense than just oh, dad's a fuck up.
Look at this fuck up dad again.
Yeah. So, alright, I'm glad we agree there.
Hell yeah. That was one of the few instantaneous ones for me. It was like, yeah, Incredibles. We just watched The Incredibles 2 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I probably watched it 5 weeks ago. It's really good. My kids, we tried to watch it with the kids one time. They did not get into it. Too many explosions right there in the beginning with the mole man or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah. My kid was not having it.
Yeah, they're not down for that. 6-year-old girls don't like big explosions in movies. Not sure what we're going to do when we have to watch a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
It's got to come sometime, though.
They got to be at least 7.
Exactly. When she's 7.
At least 7.
All right, so let's go with the best rivalry within the team. Who you got, Nick?
This one was also pretty easy for me. But Bucky and Falcon from Civil War.
Ooh, I like that. Because that's like a love triangle going on right there.
Dang near, man. Sorry. I'm starting to say dang and and fork and shit like that.
Shirt like that.
Because we're trying not to cuss around my daughter. But damn right, man. Yeah, I love those guys. That is by far the best rivalry, I think. Mostly because, you know, in the end, they're both vying for the same thing, which is kind of like redemption and recognition within, or
Yeah,
in
they want to be
Captain
that
America's
twinkle in Cap's
at
eyes.
least, and pursuing that mantle. Right, they want to be his shower buddy, whatever you want to call it.
They want Cap to look at them the way he looks at Peggy, or pictures of Peggy.
Right, there you go. And they also have like the best fucking. Oh my god, they're so funny. Those are some of the funniest moments.
It is because
in all the MCU movies.
It's a great rivalry because they are, for lack of a better term, romantic rivals over Cap's affection. And it's not technically romantic. I mean, some people will go that far if you go into the fan fiction verse, but it's not actually. It's played up as a romantic rivalry, right? Even though it's not technically romantic, it's who's going to be the best friend kind of thing. So for lack of a better term, we'll call it a romantic rivalry. And within that, they're still part of the same team, and they know that they're both working towards the same goal, and they want to accomplish the same things. So they're frenemies, and that's where you get that quippiness between the two of them, and it's really fun to watch them kind of put each other down, but also lift each other up at the same time. And yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. That is a fun rivalry. I will say that.
Oh man, it's my favorite because they're both. They have completely different methods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Sam is obviously kind of more of a. Well, I can't even say he's more of a tactician, but he's obviously more ranged and more mobile, whereas Bucky is, shoot him up pretty much, or beat the shit out of him with a metal arm. Sam's got all the cool toys, but it's summed up there.
Sam starts off more covert, and Bucky he's just going and bashing outdoors.
Pretty much.
Sam's going to take in the whole situation first.
And he's got a Falcon robot, which is fucking
tight. Yeah, I like the
tight.
Falcon truck.
But two of my favorite lines in that entire movie, not even lines, but scenes, is when Cap gets a smooch and they're both just like, mm-hmm.
Was it nice, or was it like, damn, I wish that was me?
Probably a little bit of both.
They both look at each other wishing it was them. Yeah,
they're like,
that's what I think it was.
Just fake it so he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But
we'll just give you the smirk, yeah. Kiss that girl, not one of us.
Right. And then can you move your seat up? No. Like, that is just so fucking perfect.
All right, Cap and Bucky, or not Cap and Bucky. Well, now it's Cap and Bucky.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cap. They're even getting their own show.
They are, and that's gonna be a really fun show. So this rivalry will only grow, and it's kind of like Legolas and Gimli too, where they have this rivalry, but they're still super friends in the middle of it, where they're competing to have the most kills in all the different battles throughout Lord of the Rings. It's a fun rivalry where they know at the end of the day the rivalryness of it is mostly just teasing, and at the end of the day they got each other's backs.
Oh, 100%. They go to the Undying Lands together later in life. Very similar to this situation, just saying.
I'm going to flip it on you because I think you're going to like my pick better than you like your pick.
See, I figured you would have picked this as well.
I didn't, because there's a better one out there that you didn't notice because you didn't think of this as a 5+ person superhero team. It is Raphael and Leonardo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, you got to include either Splinter and or Casey Jones to get to the 5+, but I'm okay with that technicality.
Man, fuck, I can't believe I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Because that's a severe technicality, because pretty much as soon as Splinter leaves, there's like a gap.
But then Casey Jones comes in pretty quickly.
Right.
And, I'm mostly going off the 1990 movie, but this rivalry permeates through that entire series, those 3 movies, the cartoons you see it in, the Michael Bay produced movies, it's in there. Probably the comics, I don't know, I haven't read them, but I'm sure it's there because that's their personalities to clash in this way.
Yeah, that is a great pick, dude. I like that way better. You bastard.
So in any good rivalry, you have to be able to rationalize both sides of it and empathize with each of them. Going back to not Avengers, Captain America: Civil War, not necessarily Bucky and Falcon, but you can see both sides of what Tony and Steve are going after, and that like so they're not technically part of the same team in Civil War, so I don't think that rivalry would count for this award.
They were for
Um,
part of it till they split.
but yeah, I just I, the point I'm making is that similar, and you can see both sides of it. Same with Raphael and Leonardo. Raphael, he's stubborn. He doesn't like waiting in the shadows when big things are going on that need heroes to help with. With the Foot Clans out there, Shredder's out there, he wants to help. He needs to help. He needs to be out there knocking down doors like Bucky. Leonardo, he kind of wants to sit back, listen to Splinter, stay hidden as much as possible. Even though they could legitimately go out there and help the city right now, Splinter says wait, so Leonardo's cool with that. So they start this fight in that first movie, that 1990 movie. They have the fight. Raphael storms off. They kind of get back together. Raphael, he leaves, he gets his ass beat by the Foot Clan, and that kind of brings them back together again. So they're constantly just bickering and separating. And usually when they separate, Raphael gets his ass beat because he's out on his own. That helps him realize how much they need each other. And while, that second time that he got his ass beat on the rooftop of April's apartment, the rest of the team realized how much they needed Raph. Splinter's gone. It's just not a full family without Raph there, as he's passed out for weeks? I don't know. It seemed like a really long time.
I think it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mikey says it literally. We could really use Raph right about now.
And that's just in the fight. It's not even just the fight. It's their family felt broken after that when they're out at the country house and Casey and April are there. Nothing felt whole for the three of them, even though the three of them were still operating in the same way with Raph, just more or less dead in that bathtub.
Yeah, I mean, they love him.
It wasn't right.
Super worried about him. And at the same time, most of them are more reserved, like dramatically more reserved. And if they don't have Splinter as that focal point leader, that sense of direction, Raph usually kind of is.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I like that pick a lot, dude.
The rivalry also feels very real, very brother-like. It's resolved
100%.
Mostly within the same movie. The main disputes, they get resolved. The rivalry is still there, kind of underneath everything. And anytime a little disagreement comes up, it's going to be Raph versus Leo again, and it's gonna spiral every time. But it just like that's how brothers are. Like you have these little things these triggers between the two of you that when something happens, you go off on each other. You both separate, and then you come back and everything's back to normal. That it's always there because Raphael's never going to agree with Leonardo's leadership style throughout any Ninja Turtles medium ever.
Yeah. Fucking ever.
And I like to give extra points for a rivalry because the other team members specifically pointed out that they're fighting again, just like as usual. They're going at it again, and they're just like, "That's cool. Let's get some snacks."
Yeah, pork rinds.
Yeah. If everybody else in the group is just like, "Ah, shit, here we go again," and just walks away and gets a snack, like that's how you know it's a real brotherly rivalry.
Hell yeah, man! And brotherly rivalries are the best. Because I remember if my brother touched like fucking anything of mine, he was on. He's fucking on.
So
inevitably he'd break it. I don't want to be part of this.
All right. So sorry to overshadow you on that one.
Yeah, I mean you fucking did there. I can't even argue with you. I want to argue with you badly, but
there's no way. That one was Loctite. I knew it.
Well, 100%. That's near and dear to my heart.
So the best combo move. Now, this is where two or more characters perform a takedown. I go first here, and I went with the Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh.
You can't compete with the Ninja Megazord. The Ninja Megazord is badass. Ultimate team-up combo move. You got all 6 Zords working together to defeat Ivan Ooze's monster. They even knee one of the monsters in a balls at one point.
Bro, I don't know if you could hear me, but I literally leaned back in my chair and said, "Oh," because that is such a fucking
I put a lot of thought into this. This was one of my very early movie superlatives outlines. This was like a year and a half in the making, probably. So this has been on my mind for a long time.
That is so good,
Yeah.
dude. Damn.
The Megazord, the compilations where the Megazord comes together, that's always a cool scene. In this movie, the CGI is rough, but that's okay because this Megazord still kicks ass and on occasion nuts.
Dude, yeah. I mean, it's
Before
better
we move
than
on
the
to your pick,
puppetry.
oh yeah, definitely. Before we move on to your pick, what is in your mind, the best Ninja Zord? I don't think we cover that in any of the three parts of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Well, best
Like the actual
Ranger
which
pilot?
six? No, yeah, which of the six Ninja Zords is the best?
My favorite Ninja Zord's the gorilla.
The gorilla.
The ape.
The ape. Yeah, it's an ape, I think.
Yes. But I prefer Adam as the best Ranger involved, because whatever his face is, Rocky. I can't fucking stand that guy. Rocky,
I think we're on the same page with Adam there. I like the frog, but the Falcon Zord is probably the best. It can fly. It's got rockets.
I had that Megazord, and I
have that Megazord right now.
I wore the fuck out of those wings. I thought that thing was so cool.
I had it when I was a kid, when the movie first came out. I had that one. I have a new version now because somewhere in the last, what was it, 95? So that's 15 years. Is that right? 15 years? No, 25 years. In the last 25 years, I have lost the Crane Zord. Oh my God. I have all the other ones from the original one I had, but I've lost the Crane Zord, so I had to rebuy it.
That's not too bad.
No, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably expensive.
The other ones, I mean, the other ones are kind of in rough shape, but, well, it was the not the Legends, but the re-release, the Legacy or whatever they did. Yeah, the Legacy collection. So it was like $100 to get the full Megazord.
That's still not bad, man. That's kind of, I might have to look into that.
It's probably cheaper now.
Once again, I forgot to say this with Ninja Turtles, but get at me on Twitter if you want to argue about this. Alone_podcast.
Get at us.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990 is a perfect movie.
It is.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers is not a perfect movie, but
also
Power Rangers is a great movie.
Oh,
there's.
That thing did all kinds of stuff to me when I was.
I won't disagree with that. There's too much bad CGI in it for it to be perfect. Otherwise, I would agree with you. The bad CGI ruins it for me, but and like it's fine because it's a product of its time. It doesn't bother me when I'm watching the movie, but it makes it not perfect, if that makes sense.
Oh, 100%. The sound effects are kind of terrible.
Yeah. And the let's have the Megazord knee Ivan Ooze in the balls. That's a little too much. And actually the henchmen, not the Tengu warriors, but like Goldar and Finster and those dudes, they looked really weird, and I wasn't there for it.
They looked higher quality, so it was just like, yeah, man, these look really fake.
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
Quality,
like, they're higher quality, so it broke my suspension of disbelief that this is going on in the Power Rangers world. But I agree 100%. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990 is a perfect movie. I've watched it probably twice within the last 10 years, and both times I'm just like floored by how good and solid it is.
Oh man, let's just say I've spent hundreds of dollars on the line of action figures from NECA. They do the 90s Ninja Turtle action figures from the first movie.
I've got a couple of those.
So fucking good. And
not hundreds of dollars worth.
They actually just came out with Casey and Raph in Disguise and Super Shredder.
Oh, they got a Super Shredder?
And Toka and Razor. He's like 9 inches tall, where the rest of them are 7 inches, and then Toka and Razor are coming out in November. But
I had the Super Shredder from the original line back in like 92 or whenever the Secret of the Ooze came out. I had that Super Shredder. But he's lost arms and most of his shredderness, like all the spikes and shit off of him, those are all gone. I still have it, but he just doesn't have any arms or spikes. He's not very super anymore.
If you're interested, you might be able to still get him. Toka and Razor, that's an impossibility.
Yeah, I was never a fan of Toka and Razor anyways. I was like, why isn't it Bebop and Rocksteady? Like, come on.
He just goes with Super Shredder, or they just go with Super Shredder.
Oh, I gotcha. Did you have... Oh, wait. I have an honorable mention before we move to your pick. Anything that happens with Cap Shield in any of the Avengers movies, I'm always there for.
100%.
Thor and Iron Man have very notable moments there, but anything that they bounce something off Cap Shield, I'm all for it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, or like he just knocks someone into someone else. Yeah, yeah, I'm there for it. Because Cap gets pretty
Always a good thing.
creative.
Or like he launches Black Widow up into the sky with it. Like there's a million things that he does with that shield that like the shield is a really bad and stupid weapon unless you're fighting with a bunch of other people that use it to bounce things off of it.
Well, or you're Captain America, and you could throw it at like 400 miles
Yeah,
an
yeah,
hour.
and you throw it like a discus.
Yeah,
That works too, I
fucking
guess.
sever people's arteries and shit.
Definitely some concussions going on back in World War II.
Some fucking concussions, bro. He's splitting skulls. You know, if that hit you in the ribs, that your shit would be shattered. You'd be on the ground, bleeding out and bleeding internally, and he'd walk up and be like, "This is America's ass."
That's like the whole thing of like Batman doesn't kill people, but then you play the Arkham games and he just beats the shit out of people or runs them over with the Batmobile. It's like, oh no, they're not dead.
He's got a fucking.
He just dropped him off a 30-story building.
He didn't have any blood.
Yeah.
There's no blood. I mean, shit. In the new Batman trailer, you can clearly hear this dude's like arm and jaw breaking. So it's like, okay.
Pattinson looks so good.
Oh, dude, I can't
wait.
Ooh, yes.
All right.
There will be an episode on that, folks. I promise that.
Yeah, I'm sure. We might do it around a Batman movie superlative. Have we done Batman movie superlatives yet?
I don't remember. We'll have to check.
I have an outline for it. I don't know that we've done it. We'll have to check the archives. If we haven't, we'll do a Batman movie superlatives along with the Batman review, just like we did for Spider-Man when Far From Home came out.
It's gonna be a 3, maybe 4-parter.
7-parter. Fuck it.
I got a lot to say about Batman.
All right, Nick. What's your best combo move?
I mean, I feel like a second-class citizen here bringing this up because it's not even nearly. It's not even the same fucking ballpark. Right. They don't need anyone in the balls. But I went with the combination of the takedown of Thanos on Titan when they almost get the gauntlet from him. When it's Iron Man, Spider-Man, Peter Quill, Mantis, Drax, and Doctor Strange.
He doesn't get to be called Star-Lord in this context right now.
Honestly, I could just call him Quill.
Yeah. No, we're calling him Pete. That's how disgraceful
hey,
his
Pete?
actions were. He's Pete. All right, you know what? He's Plop.
Oh.
From now on, Peter Quill in that scene is Plop from henceforth. I don't think I used that correctly, but that's fine. So Plop, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Mantis, and Doctor Strange. Lay it out for us. What do?
They fucking drop a deuce in a toilet. Plop. Honestly, I can't even. They do all kinds of crazy shit. This is really where you get a great display of Iron Man's nanotechnology. Really comes in handy here. Doctor Strange, catches him with some whips. Spider-Man is sitting there damn near ripping it off. And, Mantis calms him down. It's so cute. Star-Lord's jumping around with bombs and flips him off. Yeah. Very rude. And, yeah, that's their combo move.
And Plop fucks it up. Oh, Nebula's there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing some cool shit. Yeah, she's there. She brings the Guardians there.
I need to rewatch Infinity War. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen that.
Because that is how she is with Tony on the ship at the beginning of Endgame. I watched Infinity War a couple weeks ago. And then I watched Ant-Man last weekend. Ant-Man's a great rewatch.
Ant-Man's a fucking great
So much fun. Dude.
Ant-Man 2, we can argue about that. Parts of it.
I like Ant-Man 2.
I'm not saying I dislike it. But
could Ant-Man be considered a team up? Ant-Man and all the ants. They're like superheroes. They can do lots of shit.
Ant-Man 2 probably could. For sure, actually, I would say.
I think at most you have 3 team members at the same time.
No, you got both Ant-Man and both Wasps. And they have their mounts. Their steeds. Their ant steeds.
If you had picked it for something, I would probably allow it. But I don't think you picked it for anything, so I don't know that we need to have that discussion.
Honorable mention. Fair enough.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's move on to the final category, which is always my favorite part of any movie where there's more than 3 characters that are important. The best getting the team together. You go first.
Well, I don't know if these characters are necessarily important, but it really helped make the movie. and it was getting the squad together in Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Fucking
Okay.
loved it. The interview process was hilarious.
So that whole movie is not a superhero team up, but for like 45 solid seconds it is.
That's all that matters. That's getting the team together. I guess it is. That was the whole point.
You've got at the end. Let's just. I'll let you get to your point, but let's bypass that for a second. At the climax of the movie, you have working together Deadpool, Domino, Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and her girlfriend. I can't remember her name. And
that kid.
I guess that's it. And the kid who is kind of in and out on both sides.
Right.
So yeah, I think you could count the whole movie.
Well, yeah.
But that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about the part that you're talking about. So you talk about that.
Yeah, the getting the team together is stunning. I mean, recruiting, obviously you got Deadpool. And then Peter, my fucking boy, Domino, Vanisher, which was Brad Pitt, Shatterstar, Bedlam, Zeitgeist, all these, basically they're junk characters and are immediately fucking murdered off. Right, that's their whole purpose, was getting the team together, and then they all die.
That's a great
pick. Subsequently, it's supplemented with Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and her girlfriend, which is kind of the power couple. Domino doesn't.
No, Domino does not.
But she's not.
Domino can't die. She's too lucky.
That's a good question of whether she can't die. Can or can't
die. I would assume the only way that she could die is if it's somehow better for her to die than to go on living. Like maybe she's being tortured, and there's no way for her to get out of being tortured. She's just going to be tortured for the rest of her life or die. Maybe then she would die.
I like your logic. I mean, that's fair.
That's the only thing I can think of how dying would be the lucky thing.
I'm just picturing like standing in a hot fucking, I don't know, McDonald's with some huge dickhead behind you that's just bitching the whole time. I'd rather fucking die if that's where I was stuck for eternity. No thanks. That's torture.
All right. Well, we know Nick's limit on torture.
I'm gonna wake up one day and someone in the middle of the night strapping me down. They're like, "I'm gonna take you to McDonald's, motherfucker. I heard about your
turn the AC off,
nightmare.
And crank the heat up to 90. Got a lot of fat, sweaty guys around you."
I'm just like, "Can you get me out of here? Sir, I need you to calm down. You have 7 people in front of you and one huge dickhead behind you, so just calm down, sir."
He's been talking on double Bluetooth the entire time he's been standing behind me.
And speakerphone while playing Pokemon Go.
He's got 4 phones, 1 Pokemon Go, 1 on speakerphone, and 2 Bluetooth headsets. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it.
They're strapped to his motorized cart.
I like the pick of Deadpool 2. I'm a little upset that I didn't think of that, because that is a great, like that is the quintessential getting the team together, because it the only purpose it serves is to have this scene in the movie of let's get a squad together. And then the squad doesn't actually do anything. X-Force.
Right, and they're actually decently famous people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's...
Which I thought was pretty funny.
Love it. I don't think I can beat that. I beat you on the last 2. I have a good one, but Deadpool 2 is perfect. Mine is Mystery Men. Have you ever seen Mystery Men?
Damn, I honestly... I haven't seen it in a really long time, so I can't remember the getting together scene.
I absolutely love Mystery Men. When I rewatched this movie, again, probably about a year and a half ago, this is what made me want to do this set of movie superlatives. Of I have to talk about Mystery Men somehow, because Mystery Men's fucking awesome. Get at me on Twitter. I'll argue that this is a perfect movie. That's at APA something, at @alone_podcast, if you want to argue with either of us. But Mystery Men is also a perfect movie on top of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990. Whoa, yeah. I know, not 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, 98% of it.
Yep. I'm there for it.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time, if you haven't gotten that from how I've been talking about it. And it spawned this outline, but then when I came back to it a year and a half later and was starting to give awards, I almost didn't give an award to it. And I'm like, holy shit, that can't happen.
Well, I mean,
rework this whole thing.
It's hard to think of them even as a superhero. I mean, that wouldn't even come to my mind in a million years.
I mean, they have powers. Have you seen the shoveler wield that shovel?
I've seen it.
Have you seen the Blue Raja throw a fork across the room? Guy's got mad
That's
aim.
incredible.
The Mystery Men, getting them together, it is like half the movie. And it's all super fun. And like I could watch that 30 to 40 minute stretch of the movie every day if it was on a TV. Like if it was just on loop on a TV. Like, you know how in 40-Year-Old Virgin, Paul Rudd's character gets really mad that Michael McDonald is playing every single day in the speaker store?
I'm gonna blow my brains out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna Yamo burn this place to the ground. If that was if I had to work in a store like that and it was this 30 to 40 minute stretch of Mystery Men, I would not Yamo burn that place to the ground ever. I would just be locked in. I wouldn't care about customers. I would never make a sale. I'd just be like, no, look, fucking Dane Cook's coming on as the Waffler soon. Ballerina Man coming at you. It's so much fun.
Someone's like, sir, can you shut the fuck
It's the PMS Avenger coming on. You can't miss this part.
She's
hilarious.
Bitch, I said it's my favorite 40 minutes.
So the team, the main team, it starts with 3 members. You got Mr. Furious, immaculately played by Ben Stiller, the Blue Raja, Master of Silverware, and the Shoveler. Again, William H. Macy. I had no idea that William H. Macy, this was my first William H. Macy performance that I'd ever seen. I was like 12, 13 when I first saw Mystery Men. And I couldn't believe later in life when I found out that he was like this critically acclaimed, super respected actor. I was like, what? The Shoveler is this dude? And then I go back and watch Fargo. I watch other things, and I'm like, okay,
the guy from the Lost World?
But the Shoveler's awesome.
I'll agree with that. 100%.
Next we find Kel Mitchell as the Invisible Boy, where they show up at his house, recruit him, and his dad does not give one single shit that he just leaves with these 3 random men.
Dressed like random people.
Yeah, very dressed like they think they're superheroes. If 3 30 to 40-year-old men walked into my house and had a discussion with my 20-year-old child and then left with him, I'd have a problem. I'd probably want to go with them because why are they dressed like that? I'd have a lot of questions that I would want to answer. Maybe I have superpowers.
I mean, I'd see them walk in. I'd immediately get my costume on.
Get my lightsaber
knew I was
out.
Fucking serious.
Let's go. I can take on Casanova Frankenstein.
I can fucking do it, bro. This thing is really hard.
Next, they get the Spleen. He comes in, gives us his origin story in the crew's diner, and he suggests that they throw a barbecue with a keg. That would get the recruiting numbers way up. So they throw this party at the Shoveler's house. Absolutely train wreck, but it's so much fun to watch. His wife hates it all, obviously. We meet a bunch of great pretend superheroes. I mentioned a couple of them. Ballerina Man, the PMS Avenger, Dane Cook as the Waffler. Never not going to be funny in my book.
I don't remember this. I'm going to have to look that up.
You don't remember the Waffler? He's got his own theme song.
Don't.
I am the Waffler, golden crispy, bad guys are history. No? And he's running.
That was very good, Calvin.
Yeah, thanks.
Very
it was
good.
probably as good as Dane Cook did it in the actual movie. None of these guys can quite make the cut. They're not good enough.
The Waffler's not good enough? What? What kind of movie is this?
Party ends, and the bowler shows up to prove her worth, and she's one of the few that actually legitimately looks like she has some sort of superpower with her bowling ball. Does she have the
skull in her bowling ball?
Yeah, it's her father's skull.
That's right.
Who's the original bowler. And then finally, after a very minor victory against the Disco Boys and a night out partying, we meet the Sphinx. And his power, he's terribly mysterious. That's it. That's his power.
Terribly mysterious.
He becomes the de facto team leader because he's so mysterious. Nobody understands him. And I just love the idea that the Sphinx is just this completely full of shit dude, that he says these nonsense things and everyone else is just like, fuck, that's deep. He must be right on this.
Yeah.
If you want to go up, you have to go down. And like Ben Stiller even calls him out on it, and everybody's just like, nope. He knows what he's talking about. And this, in my mind, this is what Trump fans think Donald Trump is. They think he's the Sphinx. They think all this nonsense that he constantly spews is gold and like just wisdom and wisdom and wisdom. It's not. I'm sorry.
I got another one for you.
Let's hear it.
His alter ego is Robert California.
Ooh, you don't even know my
Dang.
name. I'm the fucking Lizard King.
I'm the fucking Lizard King.
What if you'd have just been like, you don't even know my real name? I'm the Sphinx, dude.
Yeah.
I love
Only
it.
you
I
would
love
get
it.
that. You'd be like, oh, yes.
Wait, he's the Sphinx from Mystery Men? Holy shit!
No
I
fucking
knew it
shit.
the whole time.
Call up your friend from,
My
12
one
years
friend
ago.
that
You're like,
watched
buddy,
Mystery
hey,
Men with me 100 times. Yeah, I don't think I have a friend that did that.
bro, have you seen The Office? Calvin, is that you? I said, have you seen The fucking Office?
The Sphinx is Robert California. I knew it the whole time.
Bro, I thought so too. I didn't even know. Oh my god. I can see how it play out right there. Brotherly.
Those are our superlatives. We give out most powerful team, best synergy, best rivalry, best combo move, and best getting the team together scene.
Those were good. Good superlatives.
Very good. Very good. Do we have any categories that we missed, Nick?
Yes, actually, you kind of segued right into
Let's hear it.
whereas you said the Sphinx, aka Robert California, is the de facto team leader. I'm going with best team leader as a category we missed.
Can't be Iron Man or Cap. They're too. They don't lead the full team ever. You know. They.
Well, I'd say Cap does.
Does he though? I guess in Endgame you could consider him there.
I mean, he does say Avengers Assemble.
That's true.
That's all I'm gonna throw that out there.
Mm,
I got a couple.
not Leonardo.
No, not
He
Leonardo.
doesn't listen to Raph because Raph makes some good points and he doesn't ever listen. He just shuts him down too quickly. That's not a good leader. Let's hear what you got.
I'd say Splinter is more the team leader there, technically, in my mind.
Yeah.
Best team leader.
The song says Leonardo leads. Donatello does machines. So.
Yeah.
Raphael is cool but rude. Michelangelo, he's a party dude.
He's a party dude.
It's right there in the song.
Miss Incredible would probably be my vote for the best team leader.
That's solid. That's a good pick. Deleted my list of movies. Let me try and think. It can't be Cyclops.
Yeah, fuck that guy. But while you're thinking about that, I got a couple other categories I want to throw out there.
All right. Yeah.
Best mission requiring a team of 5+.
Okay. I like that. That's great. It's Mystery Men. Obviously, they got to save Captain Insano, whatever his name is. The hell's Greg Kinnear's name in Mystery Men? The actual superhero? I don't even know. I gotta look that up.
And then best entrance. I still think best
entrance for like the full team. I feel like that's a part of the getting the team together.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like both of these could go to Power Rangers because they're already together when they make their grand entrance, and their mission is to save the parents of Angel Grove.
That's true. And so you could have two entrances. You could have when they come back with their ninja powers, or the literal beginning of the movie where they're jumping out of the plane and they're skydiving, and then they skydive straight into rollerblading straight through the 90s. I mean, you could even go best team leader from the Power Rangers and Tommy / Zordon. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of the whole time. Dude, I can't believe that's a fucking phrase we just said. Skydiving into fucking rollerblading.
Straight into rollerblade.
With Red Hot Chili Peppers in the background.
If we were doing this podcast in the 90s, you absolutely would have thought that's a phrase that could be uttered.
Be like, damn, the Power Rangers are fucking sweet, dude. Fucking rad,
and just,
bro.
Point of order here. In Mystery Men, the main superhero's name is Captain Amazing. In case anyone cared. Not Captain Insano.
Amazing.
I had for a category that we missed the best villain. Why are these guys together? Why does it take 5 of them or more to defeat a villain?
Fucking Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze is great. It's Magneto. Sorry, from any X-Men movie. There's not an argument.
That's not a team of 5 though.
The X-Men aren't a team of 5?
Not usually.
Yeah, they're more than 5. Name one X-Men movie where there's not more than 5 members going against Magneto.
X-Men 1.
There is Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine, Rogue, Iceman. Nah, Iceman doesn't really go.
Rogue does not go against. She
Professor X.
does absolutely nothing against Magneto, and neither
Professor
does Charles
X.
Xavier against the large battle. It's those four.
But
because I wanted to pick them.
The team is still all there. Like, the team still exists. So you're telling me in X-Men 1, I haven't watched it in a while, it's only Wolverine, Storm, and Jean Grey. So Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey.
Yeah, Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops, Jean Grey. That's the only ones who assault
Professor X, another great leader. Best leader.
Yeah, that's a fucking good one, too. Yeah, Magneto. I mean, pretty much any other X-Men movie, though, you are correct.
Okay, so Magneto in any X-Men movie other than X-Men.
I'm being such a picky little
X-Men,
shit, aren't I?
Days of Future Past. There.
Yeah,
X-Men First Class. He's always in that category of he's the hero of his own story. Makes some fair points about the mistreatment of mutants. Maybe doesn't go against, or doesn't, go about it in the proper way. And he has these truly intimidating powers and has great evil plans to back up his powers.
Fucking A, dude. He ripped the iron out of someone with blood. That was fucked up. I remember seeing that as a kid. It was like, yo.
Yeah.
This guy.
Magneto's a great villain.
I don't want to drink beer ever because Mystique might come and put some iron pills in it.
So here's the important question. We got two really important questions before we move on to the superlatives. First is, which team would you want to be a part of?
Fucking Avengers one. That'd be tight because I wouldn't have to do much because they'd all be doing everything else and I'd just be like, all right, cool. I'll look like I'm doing something. Yeah, go me. But in reality, I would let them do everything.
Yeah, so I have a pick here, but I have to disqualify some things first. The Justice League, they've got the most power, but I'm not a god and I'm not willing to expose myself to dangerous chemicals to gain superpowers like the Flash, and also I'm not Batman. So joining the Justice League, I'm going to get myself killed real fucking quick there. The Mystery Men, real low bar for entry. They're lovable, but they're also fuck-ups. Again, probably dead with that team. The Avengers, stakes are too high there. Again, yeah. I'm not willing to be bit by a radioactive spider to become an Avenger. I could maybe be Ant-Man. That would be all right. I'm not sure if I want to go that far.
That'd be fun.
What if you shrink too small?
I would do that stuff all the time.
Stakes are too high. I can't do it.
I just wouldn't shrink that small.
Yeah, I guess Mr. Incredible, not my father, can't be a part of the Incredibles. I am neither a mutated turtle nor a mutant with some random superpower, so that throws out the Ninja Turtles and the X-Men. That only leaves one team I can actually effectively be a part of, and that's the Power Rangers. You get a lot of action. You get a new monster every week.
You already have a costume.
They're the most prepared. Yeah, you I've got 3 helmets already, so very easy to transfer. They're always the most prepared to battle whatever they need to battle. They have their power coins and their suits and all that. They give them power. They're just normal teenagers, but they have power. They're teenagers with attitude, but other than that, they're just normal teenagers.
Well, do you know karate?
I know enough karate. I think I could get by. I could learn it. The kids in the new Power Rangers movie, none of them knew karate before they got their power. They just were winging it. They've got Zords. I wouldn't need karate. I would just call my Zord right away. Like, that's the biggest flaw of the Power Rangers. Like, just call the fucking Zords when the monster's small. Why are you waiting?
It's like, can you stand right there? It's morphin' time. And then bring in your fucking Zord.
They've got the Megazord, so they're never completely out of their depth. They always are prepared to fight a monster. Even when, Rita and Lord Zed and Master Vile destroy them beyond repair, destroy their Zords, take their power coin. They can't morph anymore. They find the Zeo crystals, and they're fine. There's always another power source. If 25 years and 3 episodes of a podcast about Power Rangers has taught me anything, it's that there's always more Power Rangers power out there.
You've got me. That is fantastic.
Thank you. I could be recruited tomorrow, and I've already got everything I need to succeed.
And
except I'm not a teenager.
I've heard Calvin say it. He has a mean. Yeah, he's got a mean one.
Yeah, that's
true. My kid
says, I say I'm not a teenager, but honestly, like, Jason David Frank was probably 40 when they shot his first season of Power Rangers. Come on.
He looks like shit now.
He looks old. The Power Rangers, the monsters got to him.
They were all like 25, maybe, nearing 30.
Billy was like 35. Kimberly was maybe like 19.
Billy had a hip replacement.
But Billy and Trini were like 35. Kimberly and Zach might have been like 19, and then Tommy and Jason were probably 22 in the first season. I have nothing to actually back that information up. I'm just speculating. So the most important question of the day is, which of these teams would you recruit? If you're the president of the world, world-ending threat is coming at you. Which of these teams are you calling first?
I'm probably once again calling. See, I feel like Avengers are just the go-to.
It's the Justice League. They're the best equipped to handle any situation because you can always lose control of Hulk. You don't know how long Smart Hulk's going to hang on. Black Widow's a fucking person with, like, darts.
Yeah, but Superman killed thousands in Man of Steel. Just saying, bro.
No, Zod killed thousands. Superman was just there, not stopping.
Yeah. Listen, guy, I'm just going to punch you through this building, but it's your fault. I hope
it's
you
your
know
fault.
that. You
started this
dick.
fight, so everything that happens is your fault.
All of it.
The actual real answer is you call the oil drillers from Armageddon.
I mean, that's fair.
No?
Yeah, alright.
If they stop that asteroid, they can stop anything. They could have stopped Thanos. Just drill a hole underneath him. Boom, done.
Be like Cold Mountain all over again, but Thanos' ass.
Well, no, that's Ant-Man's job.
I forgot about that, dude.
I think everyone has.
People were very convinced. It's just like, come on, guys. How the fuck is Disney supposed to have Ant-Man go up Thanos' ass? Ask yourself that, legitimately.
Let's move on to everyone's favorite part, the movie Superlatives, where we are now giving out the exact opposite of all the awards we just gave out. We're giving least powerful team, worst synergy, worst rivalry, worst combo move, and worst getting the team together. These will go a little bit faster because nobody wants to sit and talk about the worst version of everything, right?
Right, and I think everyone knows the worst versions.
Yeah, they're pretty simple explanation. So who's your least powerful team, Nick?
My least powerful team in more ways than one, mostly because they're losers, is the group that takes on Magneto in X-Men 3, The Last Stand, where it's Storm, Wolverine, Colossus, Beast, Kitty Pryde, Iceman, and a bunch of soldiers. That team is trash. First, watch the entrance. I fucking quit. Bye. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't do it anymore.
I like X-Men 3. I'm a fan.
I will leave that one
like
be,
Iceman.
Calvin. I won't push that much further.
How are they not powerful, though?
Bro.
They brought down Phoenix.
Say this.
Kitty Pryde can run through walls.
Jean Grey? What are you talking about? And Young Phoenix? Young Phoenix was on Magneto's side.
I said they brought down Phoenix.
Oh, Logan brought down Phoenix because
he's fucking powerful and he's on this team. Beast? He's the Beast.
Well, Magneto was already down. He was, he got his powers gone. Let me just say this. There's a lot of guns there and ranged people. They could take out Storm pretty easy. She was almost taken out by Toad. Wolverine, Magneto, good counter. Boom. Same with Colossus. Beast, he might be difficult
Kitty
for people.
Pryde, how do you stop someone who can run through walls?
Eventually, he's going to die.
You don't. The Juggernaut couldn't even stop her.
You throw her in the water.
They're on Alcatraz. They could have thrown her. There's water all over the place.
But they didn't. They're on a fucking island,
Juggernaut
bro.
couldn't even get her. I disagree.
If he got his finger...
You take it.
All right, Kitty Pryde's a maybe.
I mean,
Iceman.
Iceman's great. Iceman's one of the best X-Men. He's an Omega level X-Man.
And he doesn't do shit.
Well, no, he doesn't do shit, but that doesn't mean he's not powerful.
Phoenix would melt his bitch ass.
Aquaman doesn't do shit in anything involving Aquaman, and yet he's still very powerful.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll talk about... I'm going to talk about Aquaman. You better believe it. But that's my pick.
I disagree vehemently, but that's fine.
This is not an argument, Calvin.
I went with an actual team that does not have very much power, and it's Mystery Men. It's debatable whether any of them actually have powers at all.
That's weak, man. You pick it
It's the least powerful team. Yeah, you can have repeatsies in the Superlatives because it's a new set of awards.
Oh, I understand that, but that's disappointed.
Look, I'm sorry. They do any of them actually have a power? They don't have any power.
So then they're not superheroes, Calvin.
Do they save the world? I think so.
Debatable.
All right. So the worst synergy. I think we got to move on from that. There's too much debate there. Worst synergy. You and me right now. Boom. Done. All right. Let's move on.
Our synergy is on fire right now. What are you talking about?
The worst synergy for me is the Suicide Squad.
I mean, Yeah.
None of them want to be there together. They work together, but that's really just so each of them individually doesn't die.
Right. Or spend forever in
Not
jail.
even sure you could call them a team. Yeah.
In Yale.
Who you got?
I got Watchmen from
Okay.
Watchmen.
That's another good pick. Yeah.
Because for the same reasons, they don't really
no
like
one wants to
working
be
with each
there
other. No one has superpowers except for Dr. Manhattan, technically, and they are super unethical.
Yeah. Yeah. All very fair points.
Synergy's whack.
So the worst rivalry within a team, Nick. Who you got?
I got Deadpool and Logan from X-Men Origins Wolverine because that shit was fucking.
I didn't even think about X-Men. I completely overlooked X-Men Origins Wolverine, as most people in the world do.
Well, I was actually.
That's a good pick, though.
I found that ironically, because I was watching, like the 10 characters that shouldn't have been killed off in their shows, and what's his face, the guy that played Mary in Lord of the Rings, who's in Lost, was in that, and then that made me think of X-Men Origins Wolverine because. Anyway.
Yeah.
That Deadpool was fucking trash. Coincidentally,
yeah, not his fault though. He gave it his best until they sewed his mouth shut. Mine was got another repeatsies here. Ugh. Mr. Incredible versus Elastigirl in Incredibles 2. The rivalry here, it's bad because Mr. Incredible is just being mad that people like Elastigirl better and that she's recruited to bring superheroes back instead of him. I don't like this setup for conflict in general, where the husband is mad rather than proud of his wife's achievements. Not fun. My wife is much more ambitious and better at like climbing that corporate ladder than I am and has gotten promoted several times with her company, and I am super duper okay with it. The more money she makes, the lazier I get to be, and also, it's great for our family and I'm proud of her, but if I get to be lazier and lazier because she wants to be ambitious, I'm all for it. So it always seems forced when they throw that in, that just like right off the bat, because Elastigirl's getting all this attention, Mr. Incredible's going to be like, nah, fuck that. Why does she get it? I don't like it. I don't like that idea.
I'm way fucking cooler. Yeah. My wife's the same way. I'm incredibly proud of her. The only thing that gets on, I could say that would get on my nerves, not even to the point where I'd be pissed at her, is that people just like her way more than me. They're all like excited to talk to her, and when they come to me, they're like, yeah, I could pass. I'm not really feeling you, Nick. You want to talk about weird shit like, superhero team-ups, whereas Melissa wants to talk about nice stuff.
That's not fun. Who wants to talk about nice things? Coming soon, a podcast about nice things?
Yeah, fuck that. That's what, that Nick guy, he'll grab you by the shirt and say, who's got the worst rivalry? Who? You fucking
talk
dumb.
For an hour about how the Megazords are the best team-up move.
You fucking bet I will. You already know.
So let's go to the worst combo move. And I had a hard time. This was the hardest thing that... the hardest award I had to give out, both in the superlatives and the sucklatives. The worst combo move was by far the hardest. Because combo moves inherently are cool. So it's hard to find an uncool one.
Ironically...
So I went with...
I had one come to mind immediately. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, wow. I went with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, any shell slamming that they do, where they just gotta get a Foot Clan dude between them and bash their shells into each other. It just seems really hard to pull off and unnecessary. Like, just hit him with your giant stick, Donatello. Why are you turning around and smashing him into Michelangelo's shell? I don't like it.
Yeah, putting him in your blind spot. But they do have that sweet, it's a California
I like
roll.
that one. Yeah, where he's on a shell on the ground with his bow staff out and they spin him. I like that one. I don't like it when they shell shock together.
Yeah, that's I could go with that. That's fair.
What did you think of right away?
It was in was it was Justice League when Superman comes back to life?
Mm-hmm.
So when they're basically fighting Superman, and so it's Aquaman tries to hit him with his trident, while Cyborg just flies into him, is trying to push him away or something. It's the fuck? And then Flash is just gonna do something.
He's gonna run fast.
But it coincides with Right. I don't fucking know. He's gonna put all his teammates in danger. Batman's just kind of off to the fucking side. But that coincides with the best scene in that entire movie, when Superman's eyes just kind of like shift to the side and watch the Flash.
Yeah,
that was fucking sweet.
Didn't accomplish very much.
Yeah, that combo was whack. No, it didn't do shit.
Yeah,
they all just kind of got fucking whooped.
All right, let's go. Last one here. Worst getting the team together scene.
Is that my pick?
Yeah.
Suicide Squad. Because it really just focuses mostly on the big name people, skips right over mostly everyone else, and then immediately kills Slipknot.
So I liked...
Fucking dumb.
I liked the style that it was done in, where they'd like pause and they flash up like the records and all that. Like that looked really good. Those individual like cutscenes, for lack of a better term, were cool. I liked that, but like when they actually all came together at that military base or whatever, that was lame as fuck. I agree.
That was super lame.
Mine was another repeatsies here. Justice League. Batfleck just wandering around saying mysterious things to each member until they decide to show up. That's not fun.
Right? When he should have just bribed them. It's like, here's like $1 million. Just show up at this place and bring
I'll
your
show you
cool
what's
suit.
going down. Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Wonder Woman, you're trying to fuck. You already know Batman would be trying to smash Wonder Woman. You already know.
I think they all are.
Yeah, it's got to be really awkward for her.
Well, Cyborg's
she probably doesn't. Cyborg and I, he's trying to smash that.
That's true. If the Doom Patrol has taught me anything, it's that Cyborg can still fuck.
I mean, if I was a doctor rebuilding my kid, you better believe I would try to make sure he has his dick. That sounds super fucking weird.
I feel like I wouldn't focus on my child's genitalia, but, Nick, you do you.
Fuck, man, if I had a son, I'd be like, hey, co-worker, you come in here and reattach his dick. I don't fucking know.
And now we know where Nick stands on cyborg dicks. That is all we have for you today.
Yeah, give them dicks. Make sure they have them, because they're trying to fuck too.
Give the cyborgs dicks.
That's how they don't overthrow humanity.
It's true.
If they're
too busy fucking, they can't become Skynet. Simple.
Right. They can't have babies, but they're not full of anger.
I think that's a good place to stop for today. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Check us out on Twitter at APA something, at alone_podcast if you want to argue with any of these points. If you do try and argue with us, just know ahead of time you're wrong. And check out a podcastaboutSomething.com, where we got a lot of other great content, articles going up. Weekly NFL picks are up there, and then just some random articles about shit that isn't quite good enough for a full episode. A lot of fun stuff there. And I think that's it. You got anything to say?
I do not.
I've got something to say. Check out You Are All Alone, the podcast. It's cool. It's an audio drama, as they say. Very fun fantasy, science fiction, post-apocalyptic world maybe going on there. Very fun story to listen to. What are you, 32-ish chapters in?
I'm actually working on episode 35 right now.
Boom. 34 episodes in. It's a great time to get on. They're short episodes. It's not like listening to 35 chapters of A Song of Ice and Fire. It is like listening to one chapter of A Song of Ice and Fire.
Right. They go very quickly, and it's me reading it to you.
It is. It's Nick. That's why we're talking about it.
Right. And while you're at it, check me out in another dope audio drama called Coyote's Bluff. Ooh. Coming soon.
Yeah. Check that out. Suckers.
All
the music for Podcast About Something is provided by those cats.
You guys stay safe.
Stay classy.